All right, this is take 2 of the first video. Is it recording?
Yes.
I'm trying to decide who to kill because the first one apparently didn't get recorded. I'm just kidding, my wife recorded it. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is bench technique and how we're gonna set up to put yourself in a perfect position to press the weight. Jeff, come on over. This is Jeff Miller, one of our national competitors, 1,000-pound squatter, 800-pound deadlifter, right now training for a mid 600-pound bench press. Jeff's gonna hold this as if this is a barbell. So let's pretend this is a bar and pretend he's laying down. So what I wanna show first is the positioning. He's gonna squeeze his shoulder blades together and drop them down. The down is probably more important than the together, but they both have to happen. Everyone knows to squeeze their shoulders together, but if you don't drop your shoulders down, when you get to the chest, you're gonna be in your shoulders here as opposed to in your lats. We've gotta be in the lats here. As you can see, that's tight. So, rest for a second. I know you're gonna get tired. Okay, so if you watch what I can do from the side, this is just my arm out stretch. So I'm pulling back. I'm still pulling my shoulder back. Now I'm gonna drop it down. You can see how much that shortens the distance that I have to press. Here, this long, versus all the way out here. If I'm pressing this long, too much of the stress goes into the joint capsule and the pec. We don't want that. All right, hold this. So the first thing you're gonna see is when Jeff gets this position, shoulders back and down, the tricep is super tight. The idea of the barbell is you're using the bar to connect this tricep and this lat to this lat and this tricep, and we're gonna achieve that by virtue of pulling the bar apart. Now, what does that mean? It doesn't mean this. We don't pull from the shoulders. That'll wreck your shoulders. We're gonna pull apart from the hand. See my hand? So as I'm pulling on this bar, my elbow's gonna drop right under my hand to the highest point on the chest. Think about rowing the bar to your chest by pulling it apart. Jeff's going to demonstrate. Get tight. He's gonna pull the bar apart as hard as he can. He's gonna shove it when it gets in the bottom. You build the tension, this builds the stretch reflex, and then you push the bar for chest hard. Even for bodybuilding purposes, you always wanna push the bar hard. You wanna take that stored energy and translate it into the concentric or the up part of the lift. That's where you get that power. Pull it apart, shove. Now, notice that he's not benching anywhere up here. If you're up in this range, you're gonna be way too much in the clavicle and in the shoulder joint, even for bodybuilding purposes. It's more myth than practice about bringing the bar high and having that somehow build the pecs. The pecs do this, right? So we're not doing that in the bench press, we're doing this. So there is some pec involvement, but we don't wanna get in the shoulders. You wanna come down, it's not really a particular point. It's where this would be the highest point on the chest based on the flexibility of the lifter. So for me, I was showing earlier about how I can pull this back and down. All right, now from here, that's the highest point, okay? Notice my elbow is directly under the bar, so when I go to push, all the stress, all the pressure then is translated to the barbell. Very good.